Hey, what's good? It's Marshall Mathers the fourth here. I just thought I would make a video today about the kind of woman that I myself personally want and would love to have in my life, and hopefully and possibly marry. And the kind of woman that I myself personally want and long after and am interested in and hope to also be able to find is a woman who is gorgeous, beautiful, and stunningly cute, both in the face and voice. And a woman who has those looks, but is not promiscuous. And a woman who's not a whore, a hoe, a bitch, a slut, a skank, or a thought. I mean, let's just be real. The sad truth and reality of things in our world, just generally speaking, is girls who have those looks, or even in the more extreme ways of saying them, a girl or woman who's sexy, hot, and adorable, are just immoral to the most fullest possible extent. I mean, they're just crazy, insane, immoral people. If they have those extreme severe looks, chances are highly likely that they're not good people. And they are not people who would probably, if anything, be loyal and faithful and have morals. And even just be a good person, just generally speaking. And, you know, I'm not like most guys. When it comes to myself compared to most guys, I am so very different. So set apart from the crowd. Because most guys fucking love a woman who will suck their dick. And love and also want and crave a woman who will gladly and willingly accept dick up her ass. And I'm not for that. I don't support that. I'm not at all interested in that. I don't get off to that. I'm not turned on by that. I don't long after and hope for a woman who is an immoral bitch. I'm not. And it does break my heart and really does crush me to the core and does take a massive emotional and mental toll on me, knowing that the kind and type of woman that I myself personally both want and would love to have and hope that I also find doesn't exist, because I'm asking for something that's literally pure fantasy. I mean, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, I'm asking for a woman who is sexy, hot, and adorable, and who's never smoked or done drugs, and who's never sucked dick or took dick up the butt, and also a girl who, or a woman who has never had sex and fucked around a shit ton in her teens. I mean, I would love to have a woman and also find a woman who, well, is still a virgin, like myself. As I'm still a virgin at almost the age of 23, and my birthday is coming up pretty soon here. I'll turn 23 on February 12th of this month, in the year that we're in now, 2020, and chances are highly likely that I'll obviously still be a virgin then, just as I have been since the longest fucking time. And And I'm just asking for something that's impossible. Like, I really am, straight up. And, oh, man, I don't even know what to say. And it's just kind of like, it does tear me apart. Because when it comes to a guy also, I am definitely guilty of being picky. And really, no matter what it comes to. But one of the main things that I'm picky about is a woman. And the reason why I want to be able to have a woman who's just incredibly sexy, hot, and adorable is because, and I've pretty much been looking for this for years, to tell you all the truth. I want to get with a woman who will be at that level so that I will know for a fact I will be loyal and faithful to this woman for the rest of my life, and that I'm not going to be looking at other girls or other women when I'm out and about in public, especially with my girlfriend or wife, because mine will be way more attractive and good looking and whatnot than other guys, girls, or women. And that's what my hope is for, because it's not like every single guy out there gets with just a woman who looks pretty much like an angel that fell from heaven. It's not like every single guy gets with, even when a guy marries a woman, it's not like every single guy out there marries the most sexy possible, hot, gorgeous, beautiful, adorable, cute girl in the world, because there's only so many girls like that out there. And, or in other words, there's a limited amount of girls, or women, in other words, out there who are at that level. And women who are at that level of attractiveness or whatever, every fucking guy wants them at the end of the day. And it's like, damn. But there's not enough to go around. There's only so many girls like that out there. And the same could be said for guys who are the most handsome, most attractive, most good-looking guys. There's only a limited amount. There's not enough for every single last girl to have the most handsome, most good-looking, most attractive man when it comes to a man that they would want to marry. And I think deep down inside, every single person wants just the best of the best, the greatest of the greatest, the top of the line, top notch, whatever. Even when it comes to materialistic things. I mean, hell, I know I do, even just speaking for myself. And you know, what honestly does suck is knowing that regardless of a woman's race, a woman who is sexy, hot, gorgeous, beautiful, adorable, and cute, those girls, out of any other girls, expect and demand, if they're going to get with any guy, they're going to expect and demand and even want a guy who is confident and has self-esteem, a guy who's happy with himself, and a guy who's content, and a guy who is grateful for what he has, even if it's not much, even if he's not the most handsome, attractive, good-looking guy on the fucking face of this earth. If he has confidence, self-esteem, if he's happy with himself, if he loves himself, if he's content, and if he's grateful for what he has, even, again, if it's very little, even if he doesn't have the best clothes, even if he doesn't have the best car, the best job, if he's happy with himself, if he's content, and if he's grateful for what he has in life, any sexy, hot, gorgeous, beautiful, adorable, and cute girl of any fucking race would love to have a guy like that. I mean, even if he's fucking ugly. I mean, that's the funny thing. When it comes to girls who are the most sexy, the most hot, gorgeous, beautiful, so on and so forth, girls, they're not so concerned about guys' looks. I mean, of course, girls love a really handsome, good-looking, attractive guys. Let's be honest with ourselves. But when it comes to the most sexy, most hot, most gorgeous, beautiful, whatever girls, regardless of their race, they're even more concerned about the fact if a guy has confidence, if a guy has self-esteem, if he's outgoing, if he walks with pride, and if he talks with pride. Because then to a girl who's at that level of attractiveness, she'll be like, yeah, this is definitely a man. This is definitely a man who's worthy enough to be a husband to me and to be a father to our children. Because he's not a wimp, or he's not a coward, he's not shy or timid or anything like that. And I mean, I find that kind of funny because you can see pretty just stunning babes have an ugly as fuck boyfriend or husband. But because that guy probably had confidence, he probably had self-esteem, probably was outgoing, probably walks and talks with pride, probably is happy with himself, he's probably content and grateful for what he has, even if it's not the best of the best. As long as he has those main two important traits, which are most of all confidence and self-esteem, even an ugly guy can get with just a fucking bombshell of a woman. And when it comes to someone like me, I've never been one to have those traits. And it does make me sad that I don't, because obviously if I did, I mean, let's face it, I'd probably be a man whore. I'd probably be a fucking man whore. And I wouldn't be making these kind and type of videos that I'm making. And I wouldn't be complaining. And I wouldn't be talking about how I'm at a certain age and still a virgin and never had a girlfriend, and how much I long for even a wife. Because even when I think of having a girlfriend, I just think to myself, well, man, that's fucking kid shit. Because even elementary students date each other and do a whole bunch of other immoral shit. And middle schoolers do too. I mean, high schoolers at the youngest sometimes marry. Like, people at the very youngest sometimes marry in high school. But knowing that I'm almost 23, I'm not even the kind and type of guy who really feels like, man, I just want to date a girl. I want to have a girlfriend. And I just want to kind of explore or whatever. No, I would love to settle down right now. And knowing at my age, most guys, well, maybe not most, but at least a lot of guys at my age, even when it comes to my peers, they have fucking wives. And even if they don't have wives and have girlfriends, their girlfriends still have children. And they're still mothers and fathers, even if they're not a married couple. But I would love to be married to a woman at this age. I mean, fucking guys younger than me are already married. Like, you can get married at the youngest at like 17 years old. As long as your parents sign this like form or something that they give you permission to get married that young or whatever. And people get married at 18, 19, 20, 21. And knowing that I'm almost 23 and I'm still not married, and I never even had, at the very least in minimum, a girlfriend that I could have done some amount of stuff with. Now, I wouldn't want to have like intercourse with my girlfriend, even if I were to have one, because of what my parents believe, religion wise. I've pretty much grown up with the idea that you shouldn't have intercourse before you're married. So even though I'm not a Christian and I'm definitely not religious, I'm far from that, I still do believe, at least in some things, such as the fact that I do think it's a mistake, a grave mistake and a bad thing to have sex before you're married. And I'm against that, like full on, straight up, I'm totally against that. And I'm not for that. I don't support that. And I mean, that's another reason why I'm also angry at teenagers or kids or whatever who be having sex. And it's also, and mainly because, of course, I'm envious. I can't deny that because I'm young. I mean, what do you expect? I'm a young guy. Of course I'm going to be envious. If I were old, I would probably just be sad. I would feel bad for them and I would be sad for them. But because I'm young, physically at least, even though I don't really feel that young mentally, I'm mad at them. I'm envious, and it makes me sad to see that, oh, they're having way more fun than me. They're having a way better fucking life experience than I am myself. Because that's what it looks like to me. That's what it seems like to me, because I'm only seeing the outside. I'm only seeing what to me looks as the good. But, I mean, the truth of the matter of fact is that they're in for a lot of trouble. They're in for a lot of damn trouble. But, you know, one thing I have looked up, because I'm curious about it, and it could be false, it could be wrong, that's totally possible, but, like, I'm mostly and mainly attracted to black women when it comes to it, and I've just always been kind of attracted to, I would even say for the most part, women of other races other than my own, because I've been attracted to women of my own race, or within my own race, for a while, and every woman I was ever attracted to in and from my own race never liked me, never asked me out, never dated me, and I didn't have the balls or the confidence and self-esteem to ask any of them out. And so they just started, of course, as usual, fucking around with a bunch of other guys and just being fucking passed around like they're just a piece of meat or something. And there's a part of me that does want to feel bad for them, but on the other hand, though, I'm kind of like, well, serves them right, because they have nobody to blame but themselves for having their heart broken over and over and over and over again. I know that's pretty extreme, but it's the truth. And sometimes the truth isn't so nice. But anyway, I looked up online this article because I'm mostly and mainly into and attracted to black women. Even though I'm not a black guy myself, I don't discriminate, but even since I was a little kid, I've just been so interested and fascinated in black people the most. And there are many reasons, and I could make also a video about that, but I think I've already pretty much done a video about that. But on this article, it said that, and again, it could be wrong, it could be false, but this is what the article said. And I don't know who it was written by, but that's not the important thing. The important thing is this article said about black women that they are the least race of women to tolerate and put up with a shy guy. And I'm a shy guy. When it comes to it, I'm a very secluded, isolated, shy, keep to myself kind and type of guy. And just person in general. I've never been outgoing. I've never been popular. I've never walked or talked with pride, especially to complete strangers when I'm out and about in public. I've never really fit in, no matter what school I went to. I never really felt like I was that much accepted and appreciated and loved and cared about, especially by my peers. No matter what school I went to, I just always felt like I don't belong here. But anyway, you know, I would say the truth could even be said about all women of all races. If they're sexy, hot, gorgeous, beautiful, adorable, cute, just total fucking bombshells and just babes, no matter what their race is, what their culture is, what their ethnicity is, or whatever, they're not gonna want a shy guy, a guy who's secluded and distant and separated from everyone else, especially society in general, and just is so divided and keeps to himself and just is alone with his own thoughts. And that's all he has, is just himself and his thoughts that he thinks about all the time, over and over and over and over again. And that's the kind of type of guy I am in person, as sad as it is to say. So, I mean, and it makes me sad because I'm mostly and mainly attracted to black women. And I'm being like totally upfront honest with all of you guys. And, you know, I'm not surprised if it is true that they don't put up with shy guys. I'm not surprised. Because, I mean, black women are a very strong race of women. I mean, they just are. So it's not that shocking that they wouldn't be that interested in into shy guys. But anyway, let me know what you all think in the comment section below. I'm out.